Turn my ring off real quick. What's going on, the communists? Yo, so I'm looking at the story about Trump. Hold on, excuse me. Excuse me. I'm looking at the story about Trump only paid 750 in income taxes in 2017, which is based on 2016 income, which is the year he ran for president, right? My first thought was my first thought it was current. My first thought it was like 2019. And I was like, yeah, because he probably donates all this his salary as president, which he does. He pays himself $1 a year. If I really wanted to make a real video about this, which I would have, one of my favorite historical figures is in business is Lee Iacocca. And I was a kid. A lot of y'all too young to remember this. When I was a kid, Lee Iacocca became the president of Chrysler and used to do these crazy ass commercials like, I believe in the Chrysler and I believe so much I only pay myself $1. And that's because he was trying to get Chrysler back on his feet and he took a $1 salary, but he put stock options in, but he got stock options. So if Chrysler blew up, he'll get his bread. But if Chrysler didn't, he wouldn't. He bet on him. So I thought that's what Trump did, right? But we talking 2017, so no. So then my next thought was capital gains tax, right? And like, okay, he's paying his taxes based on his businesses and maybe not personal income. Because I do that. I know a lot of people do that. They'll run businesses and pay themselves minimum wage, get themselves part-time hours just to reduce their personal tax, and then they pay taxes on the business so they can get um all of the exemptions. They don't buy cars, they lease with a corporate lease, they use corporate credit cards to buy lunch for everything, they keep receipts on everything. I know people that do that all the time. Poetic Justice. Remember the beginning of Poetic Justice when whatever the crazy chick was, and she was telling Janet Jackson, make sure you bring your receipts back. Same thing. That's part of business. So that was my next thought. So I wanted to research it because I was gonna do a real video about it, but I just had some fire jerk chicken, bro. Stomach bubbling. So I ain't gonna do no real video. It's too late. So when I did a little research, this is what I found out. I want to set the scene so you can see the scribe, right? Imagine that the president of the United States calls you a laughing stock. Imagine that. If y'all can imagine people drinking bleach because Trump said that it killed coronavirus, no president in recent times since maybe Ronald Reagan was as beloved as Obama. And Obama was like, yo, fuck Trump. So now all Trump businesses is going down because the whole nation, all the liberals, fuck Trump. So we coming fresh off the housing crisis, and everybody knows most of Trump's money comes from housing. All those Trump towers ain't cheap. Then they shut down Trump College, whatever it's called. Okay, it was a bullshit college. Okay, cool. Then Trevor Noah jokes about this all the time. Then there goes Trump Steaks when he lost the Sharper Image contract. I didn't understand why people bought steaks on a plane anyway, but whatever. And then, but just think about that. Think about all the times that y'all be laughing at Trump, like, oh, he's slipping, oh, he ain't smart, oh, he ain't no billionaire. Think about all the L's he's taking. So then when it comes down to do corporate gains tax, all his businesses are losing money. So he's reporting a loss. But you still got to pay personnel. I don't care what happens. You still got to pay the workers, right? People come to work, you still got to pay the workers. Unless you file bankruptcy, which he's done a couple times and left the contractors, asked out. But generally speaking, that's a bad precedent, and he got to keep his credit rating right. So you operating at an L, right? So now you're not paying taxes off your businesses because your businesses are running in the red. There's no capital gains tax if there's no capital being gained, right? His personal income is, in offshore banks or whatever. But before y'all think that's crazy, how long I've been telling y'all I wanted a bank? How long I've been telling y'all, man, I'm moving to Anguilla. What the fuck you think I'm moving to Anguilla for? And I keep saying I want a bank. So I don't care about his Taiwanese or Panamanian banks. I'm with you, dog. Shit, come shop with your boy. Give me a little time to get this shit situated. Come shop with your boy. So, and he still has to pay tax. The difference between paying taxes, it's not that you don't pay taxes when you put your money in other countries. You just don't pay the ridiculous taxes you pay in America or Sweden. You'll never hear a motherfucker again talk about a Swiss bank. For real, because the way they doing in Norway, 51% tax is flat tax. It's not fiscally responsible. You know what I'm saying? But the same thing happens in the United States. If you make more than $425,000 a year, you got to pay a 51% tax, right? Win a lottery for $5 million, they give you 2.5. That's America. But a lot of other countries just have a flat tax. So if he earns a couple dollars, he may only have to pay $6,000 in one country and have a bank somewhere else. He got to pay $15,000. He's trying to marginalize his tax rate. Now, y'all could, personal feelings aside, I want y'all to really picture the scribe right now. Right now, it's some unemployed single mama with 5 kids. You can only take 3. You can only, file for 3. Right now, she filed for 3 kids and probably made like $14,000. This bitch ain't worked since she missed her first period junior year high school. Making $12,000 off 3 kids on the income tax lick, and then sold the other 2 kids. See, you, because you ain't got no kids. You like, damn, I wish I had a kid so I could reduce my tax. She's like, well, shit, give me $1,500 back off that, then you can use my kids. So even you trying to find ways to reduce your taxes and maximize your return. You know what I'm saying? When you making money, you don't maximize your return. You're just trying to reduce your taxes because you don't get an income tax return. You pay out your tax. When you W4 or 1090, well, not W4, when you 1099 or F990 form or do a 501, you pay. You never get. You pay. So he's trying to reduce the amount he has to pay. And he's done such a job in which, and think about this, Donald Trump ain't wrote a book. So when you start looking at this shit like Elizabeth Warren paid $300,000 in taxes last year, and Biden paid $3 million. I don't know how the fuck Biden paid $3 million. I think Biden and Obama is the most non-counting, dumbest motherfuckers on earth, bro. For the amount of money, bro. The Bushes are billionaires. George Bush Sr., Jeb, George Jr., they billionaires. These motherfuckers own baseball teams, all type of shit. These motherfuckers is billionaires. And they don't pay as much as Obama paid. And Obama didn't pay off his student loans until that motherfucker was like in his 40s. Became president, shit, 46. This nigga ain't even 60 yet, I don't think. He young as shit as far as being the president. What are you going to H&R Block? I don't. Anyway, so when you start looking at that, think about the books they write. Think about, you get somebody like Hillary Clinton. She getting paid $100,000 per speaking engagement. You look at somebody, same thing with Bernie. You think Bernie, where you think this money coming from for Bernie to keep popping up with strippers? I mean, with Cardi B. It's coming from somewhere. So they're generating income all the time. And they paying taxes off that generated income. According to Trump, and according to, if you watch the Daily Show with Trevor Noah, or you listen to MSNBC with all the liberals, they brag about how much of a failure Trump's businesses are. Is he really worth what he say he's worth? Is he really a billionaire? They proud to fuck up his shit. So he just played the game. If you ever played stock game, and I'm gonna get up off this, I'm so full. If you ever played the stock game, and shout out to my man, if y'all did, man, put it in the comments, man. I'm gonna tag my man. He cold with it. It's something that you can call futures, right? So you can bet on the futures, right? So I can say it's called hedging your bet, but futures, but it's hedging your bet. So I can say Microsoft is going to explode. It's going to go up. I can say that, and I put $100 on Microsoft. My man's could say, Yo, I think it's saturated. Plus Samsung on the rise. I think Microsoft gonna drop. He put $100 on the hedge. I know y'all heard of hedge funds. Put $100 on the hedge, and then if it go down, he win. If it go up, I win. Right? Trump hedged his earnings. Point blank. Period. Now, this ain't no political shit, dog. I don't give a fuck. Like, this ain't even about politics. This is about taxes, man. I'm a tax person, man. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I found my CPA too, bro. So anyway, that's all I gotta say about that, man. You know what I'm saying? Love each other as you love yourself. Feed the pack.